Every single e-commerce brand asks this one question when they think about outsourcing any part of their marketing. Should you hire a freelancer or an agency? In this video, I won't be trying to convince you which one is better. I'm just going to show you the quality of work between hiring a freelancer and then hiring an agency, or actually a good agency. And then I'm gonna let you know what I personally think is better because it's not like only one of these solutions is good for you. It may be good for you based on where you're at right now. So let's get right into the video. As you can see, we have before and after kind of thing for this brand specifically. The emails on the left hand side were designed by a freelancer, and the emails on the right hand side were designed by me and my team, so an agency. Now let's get and compare those emails, and then I'm going to tell you what I think of them and how we made them better, okay? So this is the welcome flow. We did also like a redesign for other emails as well, so it's also different, but right now it's only gonna be the welcome flow. So let's maybe talk about the structure of those emails. So for all of them, we have the logo here, then we have the menu with links, which I personally don't like because I believe that these links aren't really gonna do anything, especially that this is a one product store. So having home and shop page is pretty much the same exact thing. So I would get rid of that right away. And then contact page, I mean, it is useful, but in the majority of the cases, most people are just gonna click shop now or shop or whatever to take them to the product page, right? So I would get rid of it right away. Especially that it's taking up some of the above default space, which is always very, very important because you want to optimize it as much as possible because it will help you get more clicks and then more conversions from your emails. So this is why you need to do it, right? Usually you won't have those links at the very bottom of the email, and then people, when they're done reading, they can click on them right away. So this is the first thing I would fix. The second thing is, pretty much having the logo twice. I would either remove this one or get rid of this. I honestly like this variation where you actually have the logo kind of embedded on the image. So I would get rid of this space. And if you look at that, all of that would be removed. So all of this kind of like all of this part of the email would go up, and you would have way more content about default. And then let's talk about the copy, because the thing I like to say recently is that if your copy can be used for another brand in a different niche, then it's way too generic, way too bland, okay? Like for this brand, they're selling, in the baby niche, kind of like a bath thing. So if there was another brand in the same niche selling the exact same product or the exact same solution, then yes, they probably could, just take your copy and use it for themselves. That will be fine. But if you look at this copy, it could be used for any ecom brand in any niche. Like this is baby niche, but the same copy could be used for outdoors, electronics, supplements, health and wellness, jewelry, clothing, any niche you can think of. This exact copy could be used in there as well, because it's just way too generic. So welcome to company name, hi name, welcome to company name, congratulations on joining our email list and unlocking your exclusive coupon code. As subscribers, you would get the latest deals, product updates, and exclusive offers from us. All of that could be used for any e-commerce brand. It's typical copy and paste solution. And this brings me to my first point, which is like, if you want to hire a freelancer, you kind of need to accept that they're not going to do everything custom to your brand. Everything is going to be copy paste. So they have templates that they're using probably for, all of their other clients, and they're just doing copy paste. So they have a template, they just replace this image, they replace the company name, they replace the actual code, and that's the email, right? So you don't have anything customized at all. All of that is templatized, and then it's then plugged and play into your Klaviyo account, which may not bring the best results, if I'm being honest with you, because when we took over, these brands Klaviyo or flows were generating like 10% of their total revenue, or like 15. After we implemented ours, they were making like 20-25% from flows or like Klaviyo in general. So this is the difference between good and great email marketing, right? But let's not stop there. Another thing is dynamic products. So technically, this is not not caused by the freelancer, just because the SKUs changed. So this is why, we can see images over there. But this is also why I'm a big fan of static product sections rather than dynamic ones, right? Because sometimes one thing can go wrong, and then you have the whole email messed up because nobody can see the product images, which is important. And then also, I'm not a fan of having social media links in the footer, but this is more personal, so I don't count it as a mistake whatsoever. But let's go to the second email. It starts the exact same way. You just have some kind of image, with the menu and logo, and then you have technically a header, which, it just seems like a body copy with bigger font, but let's treat it as a header. Small mistake, but like 2 dots for no reason. You just do it either 1 or 3. Two is like, why would you do it? So just don't do it. And then it's also like super wide. Like normally I would probably add some padding over there, so it's a little bit more centralized, and some people don't have to read from left to the right, read the entire thing. It just is easier for readability, and it just will make people convert better because they're able to read it more easily, right? But then again, the same thing. So the same sentence was probably used for dozens of other brands. Same goes for this copy. Just change the brand name, and then obviously the reviews are actually for this brand's product, so they're relevant. But again, you can just take them from any website. And again, I mean, I don't want to be talking about them too much, but my point is that if you want to have a templatized solution, if you're really on a budget and you don't mind someone doing copy and paste emails across, dozens of other Klaviyo accounts where your emails look pretty much the same, but you have different, colors for the button, menu, and maybe different product images, then you're okay going with the Freelancer. But if that's not you, then in my opinion, hiring an agency like mine, for example, is the way to go. Why? Well, if you think about it, emails are just more than, showing up in someone's Gmail or, whatever app they're using for the emails. They're also creating brand perception. If you receive an email like that, do you feel that the product you're buying to or looking to buy is gonna be premium? Most likely not, right? Like they're quite basic, so we would think the product is also quite basic, and you wouldn't think that this is premium at all. But on the other hand, if you look at all of those emails, the branding and the vibe of those is way, way different, and you can probably tell that, okay, like this product is a little bit more, premium, right? Just because we position it by having better copy, different copy, and then designs as well. They both matter because yes, conversions are important, and yes, we want emails to look great, but then like we also want them to convert great as well. So as you can see, for all of our emails, we used the same, not template, but structure, where we have header, subheader, and then call to action. That's mainly because we know that if we do it this way, we're gonna get 30 to 50% more clicks, rather than if we were to do it differently. And for campaigns, you don't need to always follow this format, but for flow emails, especially for the welcome flow, you absolutely need to follow it, because again, it will just help you make more sales and more conversions. And then you can look at the copy as well. So say hello to a new way of bathing, or bathing, use code, it's yada yada yada. And then welcome to the company name, where we make bath time a dream for both you and your little one. Your sink bather is designed to ease the stress on your back, especially during the postpartum recovery, when providing your baby with a soft, secure, and sleep-free bath. No more bending over or worrying about safety, just pure peace of mind, right? And this copy talks about the problem the product solves right away. We're not like, hey, thanks for joining, here's your discount code, here's how you can save 10%, and welcome to our family, which is like super generic. Again, any brand can use it. But this brand talks about the benefits of the product, and the paragraph isn't too long. It's just like 3-4 sentences, and is honestly more than enough for the first welcome email. And then again, we're showing one review and just the product photos as well, and kind of the wrap up for the discount code, and then shop now and save 10%, and then a USP icons as well, just to increase conversions even further. So this is the difference. Again, I won't be reading through all of those emails, but you can probably tell the copy is, I'm gonna zoom in for you, but the copy is a little bit better. It talks more about the problem, it talks more about the brand, and all of that is branded really. It isn't like, any brand really could use it and like plug and play it. Like, yes, if someone is selling the same product, then obviously they could. But other than that, the copy is highly specific, to the problem, to the target audience, and to how the product helps solve the problem, because this is one of the most important things that either make your email or break it. And if you do it the wrong way, then your emails are gonna look like this, which, like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with those emails. I just personally don't like the way they look, because they are super basic to me. And the copy is also, again, super bland. So if anything, I would focus on improving the copy and then the design, because I feel like that's like kind of the importance hierarchy. But other than that, you can also see that, these ones are positioning the product as way more premium, so you can increase your prices as well, because then like it's gonna, all come together, when it's not like you're having super expensive product, but your emails look like that, where someone reads them, clicks them, and they're like, okay, like what the hell is this essentially, right? This is not our goal. But with all that being said, let's maybe summarize what is better in which case. So you're better off going with a freelancer when you are really on the budget, right? If you want to get your flows done one time because you don't have time, you don't know how to do it, or you just don't want to do it, you can go a freelancer and again take a cheaper approach, but you will sacrifice the quality. Like, this is more than certain. And also, like, it's not only freelancers, bad agencies do the same thing, where they're not going to charge you a lot, but they're going to have super low quality. So this is what it would look like, again, working with freelancer: cheaper, lower quality, templatized solutions. So probably something that is also, across all of other brands they are managing. And yeah, that probably is it. You would get some results from this, don't get me wrong. Like, probably those emails would make some sales, but they wouldn't be great. They wouldn't be generating great sales. They would be okay. They would be average. So if you want to settle for average, you can go with freelancer. Just kind of accept the lower quality. And honestly, nothing wrong with that. Like, as long as you're aware that, okay, I want to have something cheaper but worse quality, that's fine. Go with the freelancer. But if you want a fully customized solution that actually is great and scales your ecom brand, and you don't have to pay twice for this, because in this example, this brand hired a freelancer, but they saw that the emails were templatized, they could have been done way, way better. So they hired us because they knew that, okay, we need a custom solution. So they ended up paying twice, which is one of the, cons of hiring the freelancer as well, that usually if you cheap out on something like your flows, for example, you will end up paying twice for the actual, quality work that actually brings you better results and gets you ROI within like 1 or 2 months. But yeah, if you want to have something customized where again the quality is better, the copy is better, and overall the results are better because you're making more sales, then working with an agency is probably for you, especially if you find a good agency. Like, that's gonna be a small plug for my agency, where we actually take care of your full email marketing. We take care of the strategy, copy, design, ideation. We do the communication in Slack pretty much daily. We have updates. We have an email expert in their own respective fields. So we have email copywriter, designer, klaviyo tech, and strategist, all of them working on your account specifically. And yeah, a team like ours is gonna probably skyrocket your Klaviyo results, especially that our team has been working together for over 2 years. So we're not like, new team members. We actually know each other. We've been doing it for quite a long time, and we are getting great results. So if you want a customized solution, working with an agency is the best way for you to go. You're gonna get way better results. You're gonna get way better emails as well, and ultimately make way more money. So if that's you, if you want to scale your brand with a great agency that helps you be a partner rather than just another, team member or like freelancer, then there's gonna be a link below this video where you can schedule a call directly with me. You're gonna have a chat with me to see if we're able to help you scale, how we can do it, what kind of emails we prepare, and we can even do a free sample for you on top of the Klaviyo audit. So if that's you, click the link below this video. It's also gonna be pinned in the comments. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and talk to you soon. Cheers.